Hey, hey, Facebook. Oh,
Hello, how are you
okay,
guys?
okay. And I just got back from a morning walk with the dog. We're house sitting,
Dog sitting,
dog
not
sitting,
house
not
sitting.
house sitting,
Dog
dog
sitting.
sitting. Anyhow, so we just made it in time for Testimonies at 10.
Yes.
Glad to have you all with us. I wanted to start out with another dog testimony. Elka
That's cool.
shared this one a while back, and since we reached out to the lady that posted this, and she was just sending me while we were out hiking an update on her dog. Now, her dog, she says, is really super high strung, and she also posted this to her Facebook page, so I haven't checked it out yet because, like I said, we just got back. But the dog is super high strung, and they're on a car trip right now from, where did she say, from like Tennessee,
Long.
Nashville to New York,
Oh,
and a 12-hour ride back, and the dog was going nuts.
in the
So
car.
in the car, and so she's like, you know what? They gave her this serenity, and then they gave her the sleep, and within about 10 minutes or something, she calmed down, and then she actually fell asleep and is taking a nap. And what's extremely interesting about this is she says our dog
Never
never
takes
takes a
naps.
nap. She's just so high strung. So the products really work.
But we still gonna find out how she gave the serenity to the dog, because
Yeah.
it's a spray, and so yeah, that'll be interesting.
So that's the
Yeah,
serenity
and
right
she
there.
sent some pictures. You could see where the dog is just hanging and totally relaxed. And it
Yep.
really is, it makes so much sense. But I admit it, I'm often forget too. It's like, oh, wait, let me grab this whatever I need, pain relief, or, sometimes you don't have it on you per se. So, but I made it a common practice now that I have all the sprays except the sleep in my bag. I have them in all my purses, so I don't have to switch it around. So
That's right.
it's really interesting. What are
There's
you saying?
one right here I've been using.
I've been using the
This is was
products.
just posted today, by the way.
I've been using the products for a year now. I use them all. I regained my energy after a year of walking with crutches. Wow, they're now just a memory. I don't need them anymore. And she had some lower back pain, sciatica, arthritis, neck pain, and it's gone. And in the allergies in the spring, that is kind of gone. She doesn't take any more medication for that. And my C reactive levels are back. That's
Protein.
something with protein.
Yep.
So, and anxiety and panic attacks are gone. Itching is gone. Menopause, hot flashes are gone. And the tachycardia is gone. So, a lot of different things. And she's just very happy. So, it really is interesting. And we talked about that last night with our chiropractor, and how people come and they have so many different problems stacked on top of each other, but often one issue leads to another because there's a weakness, and then that leads to that. And I can attest to that as a physiotherapist. You have lower back pain, and then a month later you're like, heck, my knee hurts, what the heck's going on? And it's all related. And that's how sometimes all these different ailments stack up on each other. And when you start taking these products, the body literally goes, this needs addressed first. You might think it's your ankle or something, right? But the body will go, no, we're going to address this first. And then there's that little domino effect where things in general get
Yep.
better. And that is really powerful.
All right, next one is from Francesca over in Europe. I started because I inherited venous ulcers from my mother and grandmother, and she didn't want to wear compression socks.
Mm.
I've never smoked in my life. I began in June 23, right at the start of a very hot summer with Swish, Trim, and Boost. My ankles were swollen already in the morning when I got up. By mid morning, I had to loosen my sandal straps, and by evening, my veins were throbbing,
Wow.
and I had broken capillaries all over my legs. Since 2009, I had been using traditional supplements, exercising and watching my diet to avoid foods that cause vein swelling, but nothing helped. After just 3 days of being uh, on the Swish products, the swelling in my ankles was gone. I could hardly believe it. Over time, even the capillaries began to fade, and to this day, they're still much better. I can only say thank you, thank you, thank you to whoever introduced me to this amazing product, along with many other improvements I've experienced and continue to see. Powerful.
Oh my God. And she's saying here, there's a picture, there's abrasions, and I thought, how is this possible from the swelling and from the capillaries? But it's where the sandals actually
If you can see, it's
pressed
kind of
into
gross
the
looking.
ankle. So, it's just, again, things happen on top of each other. It's really, really wild. And again, and I know I talked about this before, but these products can be so subtle. And this is something actually we haven't touched that much. When people are healthy and take supplements already, you might not have that aha thing. And it takes a while, and then you
But
can
a lot of
start
people do have an
too,
aha.
yes. But well, with the sleep, I had the aha moment for sure with the sleep spray. And I always slept good, but I woke up, I'm like, holy smokes, wow, this was a deep sleep. So I knew something was happening. But it started like 6 to 8 weeks later when I'm like, oh, wait a minute, my squat at the gym is easier earlier versus I have to do 2, 3 sets before I get into that deep squat and load up the weights. And now, I don't do that anymore. But still, the squats and some movements are just so much faster.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
true. I switched the bottles around because of my shirt, because this Angel's bottle is actually blending in my shirt. And then I got this darker on here. It actually goes with the darker blue.
Oh my
bottle.
God, here we go. So vain.
All right. Next one I got is from Manuela. Good evening, everyone. I'm Manuela Montiero. I've been using Swish and Ageless consistently for 3 months now, after a break of about 2 years. A big mistake,
Oh.
though I had already seen great benefits back in 2022 when Swish resolved a case of sciatica in about 2 weeks. Since
Wow.
the age of 9, I've suffered from migraine with aura, which I could only stop with 1 gram of aspirin. And even then, I would still get the desired headache. Undesired, I would
Undesired
imagine.
headache.
Yeah. Better than the hours of debilitating crisis, numbness, brain fog, and intense dyslexia. These attacks came every time I was stressed or sleep deprived. I've even been hospitalized multiple times because of the
Wow.
migraines that would go away unless I got 2 IVs of Toradol. In 2018, a neurologist told me I had to accept it. The doctor, you have to accept this. This is just the way things are.
Not.
That it would only get worse and I'd need daily anti-migraine medication for life. Now I'm going to throw this out again. FDA not approved. They don't get into approving supplements for anybody. And CILI By Design products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or mitigate any disease. Need to throw that disclaimer in there because we're not making medical claims.
Nope.
These are just real people with
Stories.
real results, okay?
Yep.
But a month ago, the aura started as usual while I was out working and only had relief on me. I did 12 sprays. This is the relief. I did 12 sprays under my tongue, and 10 minutes later, it vanished like it had never happened. Now, this is not an isolated incident. With this relief, if you suffer, especially combined with the dark blue bottle here, if you suffer with migraines, chronic headaches, anxiety, those kinds of things, man, I'm telling you what, we have had so many people that used to be hospitalized with migraines that haven't had a migraine since. They're
Yep.
using this, but they got to use it consistently. Like you don't take a 2-year break. Anyhow, 10 minutes later, it vanished like it had never happened. Same thing happened a week ago. The migraine tried again, and I stopped it with a cap of Swish right away. It disappeared completely. Not even a headache followed like it used to with aspirin. That kind of relief only ever happened to me once years ago in the middle of a forest surrounded by trees. Last week, an 80-year-old woman I know accidentally scratched a protruding vein on her leg. It started spurting blood. I'd never seen pressure like that. Unsure what to do, I sprayed relief on the hemorrhage. Incredibly, it stopped and sealed immediately. Okay, never heard that one before.
And that I
That's
would really take
a
with
first.
a grain
all right?
of salt because,
These products are designed for internal use. All right, that's what it's going to say on the instructions. The owner of the company has mentioned that many times, but people get creative, and it's amazing how we find these different things.
We have
So
to have another called Secret Testimonies.
we need to find out. I need to find out more about this because that's really interesting. Never had that one before.
No.
Incredibly, it stopped and sealed immediately. Even I was shocked, and I already knew what relief could do. Yesterday, that same woman was stung by a wasp. Oh my gosh,
God.
poor lady. And remember to apply relief. She was thrilled because there was no swelling or burning like she expected. Elka got a bee sting last week and same thing. And here's a message from my mom yesterday. By the way, relief works great. I had a small infection around my dental implant. I applied relief and it cleared up immediately. I tried hydrogen peroxide and chlorhexidine for days, but nothing worked. She's been using everything for 3 years except Ageless, which she started a month ago. Thank you from the heart to Daniel, who's one of our distributors over there in Europe, for giving us the chance to discover CILI. Wow.
Yep. I mean,
Powerful.
it really is across the board different stories. It's wild. So,
It's amazing. You know, I've got a friend, right? He just reached out again today. And what?
You do.
I have a friend. Yes, I do. And he just reached out again today. He's asking me about my back. I had a herniated disc with a lot of pain. I can't imagine if I didn't have these products, how much more pain I would have been in. But I saw a chiropractor and he really helped me out. And as Elka mentioned, we had him over for dinner last night. And I'm explaining why this would be so good for him. We have another testimony, which I sent him with a lady that had a ruptured disc in her neck. And she was able to stave off surgery because of these products, because it took the pain away. It's going to reduce the inflammation. It's going to lubricate the joints. It takes away the pain. And I'm like, dude, you need to be on this. And he still put me off. So my answer, or my question to him would be, what's holding you back, right? If you had heard about this from your doctor or the doctor prescribed it to you, would you take it? But you're hearing it from me. Oh yeah, whatever. No, this is real stuff and it really works. We understand the science. Most people don't. We do understand the science behind these products, why they work as they do. And we just wish, and we wish for you to feel the difference as well.
Yeah,
So
be
get
open,
back
you know?
with either Elka or myself. Let's get you on these products ASAP and see what difference it makes for you.
Exactly.
All right. Wish you all a great day.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye-bye.